are live from Laced Out Media Studios. This is Combat Misfits. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. We are live on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook.
Twitch.
We are live from. And you can also watch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, as well as all the other outlets. I believe we may be on Stitcher. I think
Stitcher.
Yeah. Everywhere you can get the podcast that you normally watch other podcasts, we're there. So we're going to dive into a lot of combat sports that happened over the weekend, as long as a lot of fight rumors and potential fights coming up. So first, let me introduce my co-host, Chris Thedick.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, man? How are you today?
Man, nice.
And I would like to give a great introduction to one of the new producers here at Laced Out Media Studios, Bill.
What's going on, fellas?
Bill, what's going on, man?
How are we, fellas? I'm well.
We are well. We are well. We are pumped, as always, to talk about combat sports.
And also, too, man, good morning to a lot of the people who are just waking up. If you're waking and baking, and you eating your meals after you bake, man, like, what's going on?
Yes, we are live on the East Coast time at 10:40. So, for all you people that are in the West Coast,
man, good morning.
Very good morning to you. Early good morning.
They probably listen to the podcast, baking up a little bit, cooking breakfast while they bake,
Yes, we can all partake. So, last night, or actually early yesterday, because it was an early fight card.
Yeah.
We had UFC Fight Night, Max Holloway versus Yair Rodriguez. And that card was actually very entertaining for, to come off of two pay-per-views. We went into this thinking, oh, man, like, I know who Max Holloway is. Everybody who knows combat sports knows who Max Holloway is. But we didn't think it would, live up to this hype, off of two pay-per-views. I mean, we had, the Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler fight. That was a phenomenal fight. And I guess I went into this, with subpar expectations. I was like, we were very spoiled the past couple weeks, let's be real.
Yeah.
But wow, do the fights keep getting better? Oh my God, Chris, this Max Holloway versus Yair Rodriguez, it lived up to the hype.
I would say it's way better than the Michael Chandler fight.
I would believe so.
That fight was back and forth, stand and bang. And the thing is, Jair's been off the fight game for 2 years, and it didn't look like he had ring rust at all. He looked top notch. I gave Max Holloway a run for his money. Even though Max Holloway won by unanimous decision, but Yair gave him some issues.
Yair certainly did. On my card, on my predictions, I had him winning that first round. For him to come in off of a 2-year layoff, potentially layoff, because he had a lot of issues like we were talking about on Wednesday,
right,
with USADA, and for him to come in to this fight, like you said, 2 years off, and fight as hard and good as he did, and give Max Holloway a run for his money.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean,
that division should be worried about Yair.
Oh yeah.
That division should be worried that he took someone who could be a title contention fighter like Max Holloway is. Everyone in that division should be worried that Yair is back and he's going to mow down probably half that division. I can see him being a number one contender in the next year or two. Depends how active Yair is. If Yair is really active, I can see him being a number one contender for sure in no time.
I see him being a potential champion in the near future. Now, as long as Max Holloway is still around, as long as Alexander Volkanovski is still around, what really says how great Yair Rodriguez is that he was off for 2 years and he was still number 3 ranked.
Well, yeah.
So
And it's well putting.
it's well putting. It is. It's just mind-boggling. As many punches, I think combined, they threw 800 punches in that fight, and it just blows my mind how it really shows how good Max Holloway is as much as how Yair Rodriguez is. I mean,
Well, the fifth round, to me personally, it looked like Max was slowing down.
yes, I think Yair
He
took
was like, damn, man, this guy's taking a beating. He's still throwing spinning elbows, spinning kicks, doing jump kicks. This guy still has energy left. I don't got that much. I got to tie him up. And that's what he did. He did some clinch work, did some body work in the clinch. He's like, this guy is just like the Energizer Bunny. He's not getting tired. And I think there was another round, Max Holloway was going to be laying on his back. I think he would have been knocked out. I love Max Holloway. I think he is the best boxer in that division. I strongly do believe that. I think he has the heart. I think he has the will, the boxing, the technique, the condition. I think he has it all. But Yair put that to work. He definitely pushed Max Holloway to his limit. I think that's what.
How many of those rounds do you think Yair Rodriguez won?
2. No. Yeah, 2. I think it was right. I think Max won 3 rounds to Yair's 2. I do believe that.
Who won the 5th round, in your opinion?
The 5th?
Yeah. Because you did say Max Holloway is slowing down. But
Yeah, I think that could have been either way. I think that could have been the toss-up round because Yair was throwing some good combos out there, some good strikes. He was mixing it up. Max Holloway, he got him a couple times with some good combos, and then he tied him up. Like I think the last minute and a half, he tied him up and just did clinch work. And that clinch work goes for Max Holloway, obviously.
Yeah.
But he was looking up at the clock. I saw him a couple times check the clock. He was like, all right, this needs to end. I need this victory. I want this victory. So he did put him to clinch and did what he had to do to secure that victory. So I think that's what it was. The 5th could have went either way. I don't think it would have mattered because Max Holloway was going to win the fight no matter what. Even if it was 5th round, Yair, I think he still won it.
But Yair came in with a good game plan. So Yair
did.
came in, he was hitting Max Holloway with those calf kicks,
Yeah.
and it was working. It was really damaging his legs. And even Dana White said at the press conference, he was like, I'm amazed that this dude, Max Holloway, is walking around right now after the damage that he has, taken over the fight.
Right.
So Max Holloway came back in the 2nd round, landed well over 100 punches just in that round.
Yep.
So Yair came in, I think he landed 70-something punches in the 1st round. And that's why I think he took that 1st round. And then Max came back after the 1st round into the 2nd round and was like, oh, I need to adapt to this. I didn't think he was going to come out so hot and heavy, and landed more significant punches in the 2nd round, which is it just blows my mind that, as much as Max Holloway, is in my opinion one of the best featherweights in the division.
I strongly believe. I think he is the best.
I think he is. As long as, like I said, when you're standing in the division with Alexander Volkanovski, it's tough.
But them two when they fought, those fights could have went either way. Both of them could have went either way.
Yes. So let's get some opinions from Chris, as well as the people watching at home. Chime in. Don't be afraid. Chime in. Give your comments on this Max Holloway versus Yair Rodriguez main event. And we're going to touch base on potentially what we think is next for Max Holloway, as well as potentially what's next for Yair Rodriguez. So, Max Holloway, what do you think, man? Do you think he deserves this next title shot? Has he earned this next title
Well, he
shot?
called out Conor. And did you see Connor's clip where he's walking in front of the TV,
Yeah, please.
eyeing him up?
Please Google that for all you watching at home. Please Google.
So-
Connor may have deleted that tweet because he loves to delete after he...
No, I think he left it because I've seen it a few times. he called out Conor. He says, "Oh, I know Conor has a big list and all this other stuff,
Yeah.
you know." And then when Dana White said in that press conference, he says, "Dude, Conor's still hurt, man. Well, I don't even know when he's coming back." But for Max, I see him getting a shot at Volkanovski again. I do. I don't think he needs to fight another person to prove that he's worth it. I think he can take it. But for Yair, I wouldn't mind him fighting Brian Ortega.
I
don't mind him fighting Brian Ortega or what about you? I think that sounds like a good fight. Brian Ortega loses to Volkanovski, and then
he just
right,
lost.
and then they fight it out and see what happens there. Because Yair put up a great fight against Max Holloway. I strongly believe that, and I think Max put up a good fight too. He proved that he's still in good shape after a year layoff. Like I think him and Volkanovski would be a good fight again. I like to see a trilogy.
So you think it earns that trilogy based? Because a lot of people are like, when you lose two to the champion, when you lose two fights to the champion, one, obviously Alexander Volkanovski, dethroned him. So, I mean...
Well, I'll sorry to interrupt you, but I just thought of this. Like, I just want to say it before because I just thought of it. Conor's not longer fighting in featherweight. He's lightweight, welterweight. So does that mean Max Holloway is maybe thinking about making a jump up to lightweight?
He's been there. He's been there, done that. He has beaten the current champion Charles Oliveira.
Well, yeah, I know.
Now that was an injury.
Right.
It was written down as I think a neck or a shoulder injury. However, he does have a victory over the current lightweight champion. Yeah.
So I wonder if Max might make that jump to go back up to lightweight or welterweight. I wonder if he's going to stay in feather. I don't think he's going to stay in feather. If he's calling out Conor, he might be deciding, hey, look, I might want to make that jump to lightweight. Why not? I think he's fit. He's tall enough. He probably obviously has the weight to jump up to lightweight. I wonder what's your thoughts on him jumping up to lightweight?
I think he should do it. I think he should do it. However, like I said, when you're this close to potentially a third title shot, and in my opinion, I love Max Holloway, man. The dude's a dog, man. Like, he has definitely absorbed the most punches, in my opinion, in all the UFC. He has taken the most shots, and it shows, because remember I was touching base on that interview he did, I guess it was a year or so ago, where he was doing an interview, and they said his speech was a little sluggish, and they were in fear of CTE,
right.
and he just didn't look his normal self. So if this fight shows anything like that, I don't know, man. I'm surprised these guys went as hard as they did. But yeah, I think Max Holloway should step up. I think he should go up. Why? How do you avoid a red panty night with Conor McGregor? Look, Conor McGregor's probably going to be out. He was just injured in July, so he's probably going to be out, at least
six to 7 months.
7 months more. That takes us to July? And Conor is known.
No. Since he got hurt, it probably takes 6 months, 6 to 7 months. We're in the 6 months.
Oh, he won't fight till July. I have a feeling.
You don't think he'll fight until next year?
I don't think he will fight until at least July. He is known to fight in July for International Fight Week. He has been there, done that. So I think he is going to be sidelined for a while. I don't know, man. When he's jumping in front of the screen, pretending like he's facing off against.
I think he wants that fight too. I think he wants to run it back with Max Holloway. And if that's the case, Max Holloway's going to have to jump to lightweight or welter. I don't think he's making welter. No offense to Max Holloway. Like, all kudos to you. I don't think he's going to make welterweight. I think he'll jump to lightweight.
You think so?
Yeah. Max Holloway's not going to jump to welter. He'll jump to lightweight. I do. I think he's going to take to lightweight.
You think so?
Yeah. Man, I think Conor wants to drop down to lightweight, too. I don't think he wants to fight in welterweight either.
I don't unless it's a Nate Diaz. Unless he's going to fight Nate Diaz, I don't see Conor going.
I don't even think he wants to fight Nate either.
He's calling out everybody. Conor has called out Kamaru Usman. He's called out, so he's still kind of like, ooh, I could fight in 155. I can fight in 170. I don't think he'll ever, like you said, never go back to 145. I think those days are done. So if Connor's potentially going to fight against a Max Holloway, it's going to be at 155.
Yep.
And Max Holloway stands a good shot at 155. He's a very tall, lanky
He
guy.
is tall.
So he's not going to be smaller than these lightweights. I think he fits right there in lightweight status. I think he does take some sort of weight cut to get to 145. But let's be real. In my opinion, I don't think he's beaten an Alexander Volkanovski. I know those.
Max Holloway?
I don't
think so?
I don't think so, man. I mean, he's already going to be going into that third fight being like, the fights were close when he fought Alexander Volkanovski.
One was a split, the other one was a decision.
Yes. But in my opinion, that's kind of the same scenario as Valentina Shevchenko and Amanda Nunes. So one is a split decision, right?
Right.
And you were attacking the shit out of me, bro, about them fighting again. So,
I agree.
So I love how you're like, yes, let's run that back and have Max Holloway face Alexander Volkanovski. But what the hell about Amanda Nunes and Valentina Shevchenko? Because one was a split decision where a lot of people thought Valentina Shevchenko won, as well as a lot of people thought Max Holloway won in the second fight against Alexander Volkanovski. Come on, man.
Because they're in two different divisions. It'd be different if you were in two different. Okay, put it in perspective. It's like Adesanya going up to light heavyweight and fighting Blachowicz before he lost his title. If he would have fought him 2 more times and lost both times, would you tell him to jump up again because you dominated your whole division and jump up and fight Blachowicz a third time, even though you got beat 2 times? Is that what you would say to me?
Yeah.
No, you're
Come on.
You're delusional.
No, that's not delusional.
That means you're jumping up weight and getting bodied by somebody, and you just can't keep up.
They're the best in both of the divisions. So Valentina Shevchenko is the best in her division, and Amanda Nunes is the best in her division as well. Why can Alexander Volkanovski face Max Holloway again?
Because in the same division.
Valentina Shevchenko, I agree with that, but at the same time, Valentina Shevchenko and Amanda Nunes haven't fought in a long time. They have been proved both in their own ways. Come on.
Because
when are you gonna get on board with this trilogy?
It's not even close. If the judges are saying that one fight was a split, they're delusional.
It was a split.
I know, they're delusional.
No, Dana White said it. Dana White said
delusional.
It. No,
delusional.
These are legit people that are saying.
Yeah, I don't care who you're saying is legit. I don't care if
Valentina Shevchenko was Amanda Nunes' best opponent.
No, she wasn't. I don't see this. What people are saying that this fight was close or even close. Nunes beat the brakes off her twice.
Who was Amanda Nunes' closest opponent?
Nobody. Nobody came
There's
close.
There's got to be one of them that put up the toughest challenge.
No, what fight? I'll wait until someone shows me a fight that Amanda Nunes
Go
close
watch
fight to
the
anybody.
Second fight between
They weren't close. What are people watching?
They were close.
No, they was not. I don't care what the judges said. That fight was not close by a mile.
It was.
No, it was not. How can you tell? What round? What round did Valentino win? Tell me what round.
She won at least 2 of those rounds.
Tell me.
My mic is on.
Tell me.
She won at least 2 of those
rounds. Tell
me
what rounds.
She won. I would say she won the second round
in
the second fight. Yes.
She got knocked down. How are you going to tell me that?
And she got knocked down. But she also
had her
good moments against Amanda Nunes.
If you got knocked down, how do you win that round? How? It's impossible. It's impossible to get knocked down and win a round. It's impossible. You already get knocked down to 8. That means Nunes got dominated by a mile then. And that was not true.
That is true.
No. Stop it, guys.
Come on, man.
Amanda Nunes is the best women's fighter we will ever see right now.
I agree. But let's run that back.
No.
When are you gonna get on board with this?
Never. Not until Valentino Shevchenko goes up to that weight and dominates that division. Then yes, I will say that because she's in another division, dominating her division, respectively. And then you want her to jump up weight because she dominated her whole division and fight Amanda Nunes 3 times and lose 3 times.
No, she's only lost against twice.
Right. But this will be 3. Yeah. She will lose again. I guarantee you. She will lose
So
again.
what makes you think Max Holloway has a chance against
Because
Alexander
he
Volkanovski?
proved himself to fight back up to fight again. Vanchenko hasn't fought anybody higher her weight to fight Nunes. How does that make sense to anybody? How does that make sense to anybody?
on.
How can you be, 115?
Do you not
Hold
see
on.
what Valentina
How-
Shevchenko is doing?
in her division?
It doesn't matter.
She has
They're
not
only
fought
split
nobody
between,
in
They're
Nunes'
only
division.
split between 10 pounds.
Doesn't matter. Weight is weight. If Valentina went up to Nunes' division and dominated, she deserves that shot. Because you beat everybody in your division does not mean you go up a weight and fight the champion just because you dominate your division.
Okay, so what is Amanda Nunes going to keep doing? Fighting bums?
She ain't fighting bums. She's fighting people
She's
in the
fighting
UFC.
a number 5 ranked
It's like
opponent.
hold on.
She has nobody.
Hold on. It's like
nobody left
no,
in her
hold on.
division.
Hold on.
She is fighting Juliana Penne in a month.
Right.
And
Which she's
she
probably
is
going to
ranked-
win.
Ranked number 5.
She's probably going to win.
There's nobody there for her.
No, I agree. I'm not arguing that. I'm saying if Valentino, went up to weight to fight Nunes, as champion versus champion, is embarrassing. It's stupid. It shouldn't happen. It's like light heavyweight champion fighting heavyweight champion. Who's going to win? Most likely heavyweight champion. It's just what it is. He has more weight, more power.
But if Valentina Shevchenko,
She's
she's
not-
been in bantamweight. So
what?
she
And what happened? She went down because she got bodied by Nunes.
No.
100% facts. 100%
No,
facts.
they opened up the flyweight. They opened up the flyweight division. So she went down. They
Right.
opened up that division. That division was never there. You know, they had strawweight and they
Right.
had bantamweight. So they opened up the division. She went down to become champion there. Yes. So at the end of the day, do I think Amanda Nunes is going to beat her? Yes.
Then why would you
absolutely.
want to see a
I
third
want to
fight?
see the third fight.
I
There's
think-
nobody left for these ladies.
Yo, everybody
There's-
around the world
there-
probably says the
there's
same
nobody-
shit that Nunes is gonna beat the brakes off of Valentina Shevchenko.
But there's nobody
Why
there.
does nobody want to see that?
Look.
Nobody's gonna pay to see that fight again. Guarantee that no one wants to see that fight again if they know
You're
Nunes is gonna win.
lost in the sauce, bro. There's
You're
no
right.
way. You're telling
You
me
can't say that.
anybody that Amanda Nunes is going to face, they're going to pay to see because Amanda
No, they're
Nunes,
not.
she's so dominant.
No one's
And
gonna see
Valentino is
Nunes fight
so
the same
dominant.
chick over and over and win
That's what I'm
over and
saying.
over.
So
No
both-
one wants to see
both-
it.
Both of these divisions are dead if that doesn't happen. Who do they?
What?
Who do they fight? Who do they
You
fight?
have Kayla Harrison, who's still on the market.
Not going to UFC.
Correct.
She is not
Dana
going to
White
UFC.
said to her, "You need to prove yourself to come to the UFC."
And even if she
which is
does-
facts. Which is facts. I agree with that.
Look,
So like Chris Cyborg is in Bellator. Have her fight Kayla Harrison. If Kayla Harrison beats on Chris Cyborg in Bellator, why not sign her?
please agree with me. Please agree with me with
I'll
this.
try my best.
God darn it. All right. Please agree with me. You don't think Amanda Nunes has many fights left?
No.
She's going to retire soon.
Correct.
Why the hell not? Why the
Why
hell
the hell
not do
not
this
what?
one fight? Why not?
Because she beat her twice. What else should you have to do? What do you have to do?
I don't know, man. I feel like, in a way, she has to do this to cement her legacy.
We're also ignoring that Dana White is a master promoter.
Correct.
Like, is he going to look at this and say, "I need to get Shevchenko
money.
and Nunes in the octagon again because I need the money"? Like, he doesn't have, he has McGregor on the side right now. That's
Yeah.
a little hit and miss. I agree. I don't think it's going to be that big of a barn burner in terms of generating revenue, but it's something for Nunes to get, because you're Ronda Rousey's not walking back in that octagon anytime soon, ever. So Nunes is your queen if McGregor is your king of the UFC right now. So you got to figure out what you got to do with her instead of just pounding on all of these in her division.
I agree. And that proves my point, right? Nunes cannot stay on the card all alone because who she is. Because why? She's on a card with somebody else that's a champ.
Yeah, because she's fighting a number 5 ranked opponent.
Even if she was fighting Valentino, I guarantee it's going to be the same setup. Has to have another champ or a big name. The Diaz bros, McGregor, or anybody who has any kind of fucking name
think,
to them.
You don't think Amanda Nunes could sell that card alone?
Nope. Not even with Valentina Shevchenko fighting on there either. No shot.
Is that because you think that the women's fighting is
No.
not on par with?
No, I think that some of the girl fighters should put on better fights than some of the males, and that's a fact. Majority of them have a better fight than the guys.
I 100% agree. They're
Yeah.
more technical.
Yeah.
It's a lot more entertaining to watch sometimes.
I think they want to prove something. They want to prove I belong here. I'm going to put on a fight for all these fans and anybody who else is watching. They put on better fights than most of the males, and it's just a fact.
That's a fact. Yeah.
And Nunes, She puts on a good fight all the time, so does Shevchenko. But to watch it 3 times is ludicrous. She beat her twice. The fights were...
It's pretty biased. It's pretty
not biased.
for you to say that.
It's not biased.
But Alexander Volkanovski should fight Max Holloway for a 3rd time.
Because he proved himself to fight on the same division 3 times. If Valentina Shevchenko moved up, fought 3 or 2 fighters, top fighters, and said, hey, I beat them, I'm ready for Nunes, I would agree with you. But for someone to be in a champion in their own division and waxed all of them in their division, Nunes waxed everybody in her division, and you want 2 chambers to fight? For what reason?
Super fights
They
do
did.
well.
She lost twice.
Super fights do well.
She lost twice.
I know. 4 or 5 years ago.
It doesn't matter. Loss is a loss. You think Nunes got weaker? Hold on.
No.
Did you think Hold on. 2 questions.
Wait.
Hold on. 2 questions. Nunes got weaker, right? Nunes got weaker.
No.
Got slower. Lost skill.
Has more stuff on her mind. She has a baby. She has a wife.
Jesus.
She has personal things going on in her life. The mentality, the aspect takes a toll. So we're going to see where she stands in December, right? December 11th. Your opinion, I believe, may change depending on how she comes in. Obviously, look, she's going to start Juliana Penny. There's not a shot.
I
for
bet
Juliana
you first
Penny.
round.
I believe that, yeah. So what do you say?
What you're saying doesn't make any sense.
Does she retire there then? Does she retire right
She could.
then?
She could. Why
Why?
not? Why not?
I want to see that fight with Valentina Shevchenko.
I think you might be the only person who wants that fight.
Oh my God!
You go.
Please,
Hold on.
For all you guys watching out there, please chime in. Tell us, what do you think about this fight? I know I've said this before. This seems really, really repetitive. But look, let's be real.
You go to any chat group or any UFC page and
everybody's talking about it, except for you. Everybody's talking about it.
I'm in a lot of groups and none of them say they want to see
all want to see Valentina Shevchenko versus Amanda Nunes.
Listen,
even Dana White, Sean Shelby, all these matchmakers, they want to do it. They want to do it. I'm telling you.
I don't see why. I can't. I can't
All right,
see
we're getting
it.
off a too much topic, and this could go on forever because I'm going to get back into to Amanda Nunes and the women's divisions. But so Max Holloway deserves a 3rd title shot. We agree with that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's be real in saying that. And I have a question to ask you. What's next for Yair Rodriguez? You basically said Brian Ortega?
Yeah.
I mean, Brian Ortega was pretty butchered up in the September
That's why.
fight.
Well, so was Yair. So that's what I'm saying. It's gonna take a while
Did
for
you
both of them.
see his foot?
Yeah, it was swollen.
Oh my God. It was
swollen.
really swollen. Please go look at that image if you're not against graphic images. You know, but that was a very bad looking foot. But
It was terrible.
so let's get into the co-main event because this was a lot of issues with this co-main event.
I don't know what the issue could be, but I'm gonna...
Herb effing Dean.
Best ref in the business.
You are crazy.
Best ref in the business.
Oh my God. I watch UFC on a very casual basis. Herb Dean is a detriment to the UFC.
Yes.
think? No.
He is awful. Look,
I
we're
can
gonna
determine when he has let a fight go on way too long. A fighter puts in 3 or 4 more shots that he should or should not get on the woman or man's head, and Herb Dean just stands there and lets it go.
Yes.
I love Herb Dean.
So listen. This is what had happened, right? Okay, Ben Rothwell, Marcus DeLima.
Yep.
They're in the co-main event.
Yep.
You know, Ben Rothwell, he's 40 years old, right?
Yep.
So we came into this fight being like, what's really left for Ben Rothwell? He obviously just beat Chris Barnett, who won, a week or 2 ago?
Yeah, the spinning
with
heel
the
kick.
spinning heel kick, which was impressive as crap. So that says a lot about Ben Rothwell. He's always dog. He's always game. He's always going to go into this fight, trying to finish it.
Yeah.
And he's a very awkward fighter. He stands weird. He's got a very awkward stance. A lot of people it's hard for them to adapt to him. So Marcus DeLima, manages to get some good combinations on him.
Right.
And Ben Rothwell was wobbled, right? Ben Rothwell was wobbled. This was very early because this fight only lasted 32 seconds. There's not much to talk about with this fight except Marcus DeLima basically, got a lot of combinations, wobbled Ben Rothwell, had him looking very dizzy, and then Herb Dean comes in, sorta. He's dancing around, doesn't know what to do, not really sure if he should stop it or not. Goes to stop it, and then goes, wait, maybe I shouldn't have stopped it. Oh, you already fucking touched him. You already touched the fighter. So it's done. It's over. The fight has been called. He has Dana White pissed off right now because of this. He said Dana White came out in the interview and was like, look, I have a lot of respect for Herb Dean. He needs to stop touching the fighters unless he's 100% sure. Has Herb Dean lost his confidence in fighting? Because this is, like he said, like Bill said, let's be real. This has happened before.
So, no. Herb...
Defend your case, sir.
Herb was unsure because, was Rothwell getting rocked? Yes. Bad. Well, he was fighting back, getting punched, so Herb let it go. And then when he got clipped with that left hook, and then he got jelly legs and fell, Herb's like, shit, stop the fight. He stopped it, and then Rothwell was still, like, kind of conscious and knew what was going on. So Herb's like, oh, shit, wait, I fucked up. And then he was like, well, no, the fight's over. I touched you, man. That's my bad. I touched you. Yeah. But, like, I love Herb Dean. I don't think he's a bad ref at all. If you don't like Herb Dean because he lets the fight go on too long, you're soft. You are soft.
No, this is what I'll say to you, man.
Soft.
The referee's job is 100% to defend the fighter. Save the fighter for another day. I've said this time and time and again. The ref has a very hard job. A very hard job. But when you're talking about basically not being sure whether you're stopping the fight or stopping when you're very confused in that kind of situation, it's very scary. Mm-hmm. The fighter can die. These guys are going in there and throwing fists to the face.
Right.
Somebody could fucking die.
Right.
And you have to know and be 100% confident in your decision on whether you should stop the fight. Should the fight have been stopped? Absolutely.
I agree.
Even Dana White and everybody agreed, yes, he did stop it at the right time. But
he did.
You need to stop going in and being like, you need to stop going in and being like, wait, did anybody see that? Did anybody see me touch this fighter? Like, can I keep this going? Like, I don't really know what to do here.
Herb Dean is probably the best ref that the UFC has.
No, he's on Eve Levine. He's on Eve Levine's level.
No.
Yes.
You're telling me Herb Dean is probably the worst ref?
I don't think so. No.
Me.
I just said no. Wait. You're getting my words mixed up. I'm just saying he needs to be more confident in his decisions. I love Herb Dean. Herb Dean is actually he has a bad track record on when to stop the fight and not to stop the fight. But in my opinion, Herb Dean, he is basically like, he's always on the edge of his seat on whether, always focused on the fight. He does a good job of seeing certain things like eye pokes and, ball taps and all that,
right.
But you just have to, he just needs to basically be more confident in his decision on whether.
Last night was his only time being confused.
That's bullshit. Like Bill said, that's bullshit because he has been like, he has let fights go on longer than they should. And yes, you said that's soft. That may be soft. But at the end of the day, if a fighter is in real jeopardy of losing consciousness and potentially dying, you need to know when to stop that fight.
That's a very far in between. If you're going to say he's going to die, that's serious. Him going unconscious, he'll be all right.
Well, they could. No. They could die.
Right.
Come on.
If you get knocked out, you'll be all right. You can wake back up. Depends how bad it is.
Is that not your brain shutting off? Is that not your brain shutting off? When you lose
like a quick second.
It's a system reboot. It feels like you're restarting your computer.
Yeah, it's a reboot. You're all right. You'll be all right.
Is it though?
Wait, that's not me advocating that he's all right. That's a problem.
You'll be all right.
Come on. Look,
dude, if he goes lights out, right, and then you keep punching the man, that's a little bit much. But Herb Dean's pretty good at stopping a fight. People are acting like he is like his head's in the clouds and he's not paying attention. Like, stop. He's all right. Ben Rothwell went out. Oh. He stopped it at the good time. Yeah, did he get a little like flustered after he stopped it? Yeah. All right, I give you that. But don't tell me that this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's been in the business for years. Like, grow up.
Come on. Herb Dean, he needs some fixing.
Not like he's Steve Mazzagatti. He was terrible.
No, that's the thing is he's on potentially that a lot of people are comparing him to Eve Levine and Steve Mazzagatti.
Stop it. Now you're pushing the envelope too far.
And they were terrible, man.
They are terrible.
Yeah.
I agree with you. They're terrible. But to say Herb Dean,
Dan Mergliotta, in my opinion,
stop.
Dan Mergliotta, in my opinion, is on point usually. I mean, now he's had some issues as well. It's really hard to step into their shoes and try to do their job or try to think
or even tell them that they're wrong at their job. If you think they're wrong, you get in there and you judge a fight.
No, they wind up probably dying. Because, look, I miss a lot of shit. I have ADHD. I'd be all over the place, not really paying attention. And, yes, I would not be in there refereeing. I'll tell you that. But, like I said, it's hard to step in their shoes and be like, oh, could I do their job better?
You can't.
You can't. You don't know how to react when you're in that situation, and it's your job. You know you're being watched by millions.
Well, yeah.
Everybody's paying attention to the fighters, but everybody's potentially, paying attention to what the ref's going to do when shit's hitting the fan and somebody's in jeopardy of being stopped. So, can Herb Dean do a better job? Yes. Will he be fired? Absolutely not. Is he the worst referee ever? Absolutely not.
Why is he in? If he is so bad at refereeing, right? If all these people are saying he's so bad, why is he in the most popular matches? Why? If he's so bad, why does he just do the undercard? Why is he doing the main events, co-main events? Why is he always refereeing the best fighters? Because he's the best they got. It's just facts.
Or is he the most available?
Stop. Now you're making excuses. He is the best ref they got. He is the best ref that we've seen.
I think Dan Mergliotta is and I can't think of the guy's name with the really long beard. Oh, I can't think of it right now.
I forget his name. But he's
a really good ref too.
For cancer and stuff, for the beard.
Yeah.
So
he's a really good ref. He's on point. He's fast as shit. He's always there when the fighters are potentially.
Yeah, but going back to what I'm saying, if he is that bad, and if all these people say Herb Dean's so bad, why is he in the best fights?
I mean, look, he is a big named referee. Yes,
doesn't matter what.
But he always
if you suck. You suck.
And that brings on another point, right? So yes, he is more active, right? So does that potentially, bring an issue to him? Is you think you would get better with the more activity you have in being a referee, but is that like putting more anxiety on you don't really know like when the perfect time to stop the fight is. You don't want to intervene.
See, you have a split second. Like I said, when you get knocked out cold, right, and that guy starts pounding on you when you're out cold, you could kill him.
Yeah.
So he's waiting for you to know that you're stone cold out, and then he lets you get hit once or twice, and then he jumps on you. He pretty much tackles the guy. You're like, yo, you're done. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's what his job is. That's what your job does. And you're thinking he's getting punched too much after he's out cold. Grow up. Don't watch it.
No! The UFC has a track record of never having a death, and I would like it to stay that way.
It's the name of the game. You sign a waiver and letting people know you're okay dying in there. Like Adesanya says in the ring.
You do, yes.
In the ring, when Adesanya's there, he's like, I'm prepared to die. He's letting you know, I'm prepared to die. That's what you do. You're almost like a gladiator in a sense where you're putting your life on the line every time you step in there because you could get kicked any kind of way and just be done. Or punch a certain way and be done. You sign a waiver every time you walk in the octagon saying, I'm prepared to die.
I agree
pretty
with
much
you.
what you're saying.
You definitely do, but you don't want to death.
Why is people being all up in arms like, oh, that guy could have died in there? Who the fuck cares?
Well,
that could happen. You're watching someone almost die in there or could die.
We don't want that to happen.
Don't watch it.
Martial arts has had the hardest route to becoming legalized. Look how long it took for them to be legalized in New York. It took forever.
Right.
It's had a bad rap. Nobody really wanted to even televise this shit. Nobody wanted they didn't want it on television. They thought this shit was like, to the death kind of fights. So
kind of is.
Yes, it is. That's what I'm saying. We don't need a death. We need these referees to do a better job and stop the fight when it's necessary. Now, wait, you got something else?
Well, I was going to say something. Say, like, you ever see the movie Condemned with Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah.
Do you think people would watch that? Or no?
Oh, yeah. everybody's into this gladiator shit. Look, a lot of people I see they're not into this, fighting shit. And that's okay. Not everybody's going to be down for this. But at the end of the day, they love this gladiator type sense where
it's in our blood.
Yeah.
It's in our blood. We are animals to an extent where we want to see crazy shit. Wait, if you see a car crash, people watch. There's cars on the side of the road and they're arguing. People watch. People will always watch something going south. Like drama, people love drama. People are always going to watch. It's the same thing. It's just some people don't like fighting, but a lot of people do, but they just don't talk about it. If you see a fight outside, I guarantee you it'd be 50 people watching.
Yeah.
Even though maybe like majority of them might not like fighting, but they'll still watch.
And that's
just what happens. It's in our blood. We all like watching fights, drama, shit goes south, arguments, drama. What doesn't matter what it is, people watch it.
Yeah.
Or listen to it.
And that brings me back to the Max Holloway and Yair Rodriguez fight. I mean, if you weren't a fight fan, that's the kind of fight you should have watched. That's a kind of gladiator.
Even if you weren't a fight fan.
Yeah.
Still a good fight.
It's a gladiator fight right there. So, where does Ben Rothwell go? Do you think he retires?
100%.
He's 40 years old. This is his first loss since, at least, I think, he was on a 2-fight win streak.
Right.
So I don't think he should retire.
I do. You're up there in age.
He got caught with a bunch of combinations,
You lost in 30 seconds to a young cat.
And that can go both ways. That could say, "Oh, you're a terrible fighter," or "You got caught. You got caught, and you couldn't adapt."
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but Ben Rothwell's up there in age. He proved his point. You've been there a while.
Yeah.
Pack it in. You're done.
He
ain't gonna go for no title. Stop.
You don't know that heavyweight division is so
Stop.
different. Where like you could get two wins together and you're right in title picture.
Ben Rothwell
neither
is not
of them
getting no title.
Neither of them are ranked. So Ben Rothwell not ranked. Marcus Rogerio de Lima not ranked in the heavyweight division. Let's be real. I mean, maybe it is time for him to wrap it up.
Ben Rothwell, you think he beats Alistair Overeem? No. You think he beats?
Well, Alistair Overeem, I think, went back to Glory.
It doesn't matter, but
Yeah, I think he went
all
back
right.
to
So all right. So you think he beats Steppe?
No.
You think he beats Cyril Gain? No.
No.
You think he's beating Francis Ngannou? No.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
So what's he doing? He's there to collect a paycheck, and at the end of the day, he ain't gonna go up there and wait. He ain't gonna even drop weight either. He's too big. So he ain't getting no title shot. He ain't getting close to a title. He's not gonna even be able to sniff it. What's he doing?
Collecting money. I mean, yeah.
You're gonna fight.
Is he potentially an elevator for the other fighters? Yeah.
He could be a gatekeeper. I'll give you that. He could be the next gatekeeper.
Yeah, but Ben Rothwell,
gatekeeper.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, he almost has 60 fights. I mean, maybe it is time for him to wrap it up.
Is to wrap it up, or you're just there to collect a paycheck and be a gatekeeper?
So I want to touch on one more fight, right? Because this says a lot. Felicia Spencer and Leah Letson, right? Women's featherweight. That was the third fight to the on the card. That was the third fight before the main event, right? So Felicia Spencer gets it done in the featherweight division.
Yeah,
so this is when I'm gonna bring Amanda Nunes back into this conversation. Listen, bro. And this is for good terms, okay?
I can't wait to hear it.
So I looked at the rankings on UFC. There is no rankings for the featherweight division. There's nobody for Amanda Nunes, right? At featherweight, for sure.
Right.
Do we get rid of this division? Do they get rid of this division? Because Felicia Spencer lost to Amanda Nunes, right? Mm-hmm. She's already been there with Amanda Nunes, and she didn't stand up to the challenge. And I mean,
did you just hear yourself? What'd you say? She didn't what?
She didn't stand up to the challenge.
Oh, right. And what? Because why? She
you know
lost?
Who Felicia Spencer is compared to?
She lost, correct? Did she lose?
She lost. Why?
Okay.
What are you getting into, Chris?
I'm just saying. I'm just hearing your
featherweight.
thoughts.
These are 145-pound women.
Okay. And she lost, right?
She did.
Okay.
Once, sir. Once.
Okay. So why can't she have a rematch?
Why?
Yeah, why not?
She probably will get a rematch at featherweight.
But you just said you don't want to see that. Why?
Because there's nobody out there for featherweight. It's very hard to get 145-pound fighters, it really shows
Mm-hmm.
you're better. You're better getting 155-pound fighters like in PFL.
Right.
Kayla Harrison is 155 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
so you're better off getting 155-pound fighters than 145. So even they asked Dana White last night, like, what do you do with this division? Like, there's nobody. There's
Mm-hmm.
nobody for Amanda Nunes at featherweight, Chris.
Right.
All right. So do you get rid of this division? I mean, they made this division for Chris Cyborg. Remember that.
I do. So my thing is, if you think Spencer doesn't stand a chance against her at 145, right? But you want Nunes to drop a little bit of weight to fight Shinshenko. When Shinshenko jumps up weight, you think that's a better fight? How does that make any kind of sense?
Because they can meet in the middle. They're only a 10-pound difference. Look,
Like, that
Valentina
means, hold on.
Shevchenko is 125.
That means Nunes packs on a ton of weight to be 145, and then Nunes drops
She
weight.
doesn't pack on a bunch of weight
She
to
sure
be 140.
does.
Are you kidding me? She's cutting weight to get to that.
Exactly my point.
She's cutting weight
if
to get to
She's already
145.
a 135 champ, right?
Yeah.
So she jumps up 10 pounds. That means she walks.
She does not. She jumps down. You
To
think,
be if she's 135, she jumps up to 145. That's 10 pounds.
Listen,
She jumps
out
up.
of training camp, do you think she's walking around 145?
No, I think she's walking around at least 150.
150.
I'll say 150.
I'd say 155.
All right. And then she drops weight to be 145, jumps even more weight to be 135. And you want her to drop more weight to fight Valentino? Or you want Valentino to jump up weight?
And meet in the middle, 130.
No.
It's-
That's a significant much weight to drop. So, all right, so that makes it even better, my point. So she drops all this weight, be's unconditioned, right? She's not healthy at that point, dropping all that weight to be 155, drop all the way down to 130. That's not healthy, okay? So she drops all that weight, and she still beats on Valentino twice. And you're telling me that Valentino still deserves another shot and has a chance? Give me a break.
Who the hell else is next?
It doesn't matter who's next. She could just retire.
It shows in these rankings when they have her fighting in
Bro,
number 5.
it doesn't matter who's next. It doesn't matter.
You must think I hate Amanda Nunes.
No, I
fucking
don't.
love Amanda Nunes.
No, I don't think you hate her.
I just want to see this fight.
For what reason? It
And when
makes
this fight
logically
comes
no
to fruition,
sense. It's not. I guarantee
would you change your mind if it does?
No, I will put $10 million if I had it on Nunes to whoop her ass.
I know
again.
that. I know that. Yes, I never said Valentina Shevchenko would win. But an interesting fight is what I yawn for. I look for these interesting fights.
When you're a promoter or anything like that, you want a fight that can convince the viewers to be this person could win or this person could lose. Right? You're not supposed to put a fight together where you guarantee, well, that person's going to whoop that person's ass. That's not how a fight works. A fight works, this person could win, this person can win. Right?
Yeah.
So that's how you make bets. That's how everyone makes money. If you make this fight, it's almost guaranteed Nunes is going to beat Valentino's ass.
But I still want to see it.
For what reason?
I would love to get a poll. And on our Combat Misfits group page, I'm going to get a poll going. Who wants to see that fight?
No one.
Come on.
I think you might be the only one on planet Earth to think that
I
wants to
just
see that fight.
said there's a lot of people vying for
Who?
this fight.
I don't
Sean
know.
Shelby wants to make
No,
this
he
fight.
doesn't. He
Yes.
knows for a fact he does not want
He
to.
wants to
Dana
make
White
this
don't
fight.
even want to make that
Dana
fight.
White loves fucking money, and you know.
That gives you no money. That's why
Yeah, it is. It's a super fight between two women, dominant in their
you
own
think that
division.
fight alone could run a card. That fight alone.
I never said that. No.
Then that means you have
But
no faith in what you're
a fight.
saying.
It's a fight to make.
It's not.
It's a fight. There's nobody left, bro.
The
I
only
don't want to
person-
get into this argument no more.
The only person
Just
you
because
have left, hold
this-
on. The only person you have left is Kayla Harrison, who's probably going to go to Bellator for a little bit to fight Nunes. That's the only fight to make.
Cyborg.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She's well, yeah, that's what I said. She's gonna fight Cyborg, and then potentially she'll come to the UFC because I think Carol Anderson would beat Cyborg. Then she'll come to the UFC to fight Nunes, and we are light years away from that. Maybe 2-3 years from
Amanda Nunes is probably not going to be in the picture anymore when that
Correct.
comes around. So,
Correct.
I just look. Like I said, she doesn't have many fights left. I would like to see that fight. Go out with a bang. Don't go out with a
Go out
number
with a
5
bang.
ranked opponent.
How's that going
Who
out with
the
a
fuck goes
bang?
out with a number 5 ranked opponent?
You're
Look,
fighting a champ that you fought twice and beat her twice I don't understand the judging scorecards.
No.
She beat her ass twice.
A lot of no.
Twice.
She significantly won that second fight, in my opinion.
No, what?
It was a very close decision.
It was not.
It was a close decision. It was her toughest challenge. Why not run it back?
Toughest
All these other
challenge.
women, she's dominating.
The only person that dominated Nunes was Kat Zingano, and she's not fighting anymore. She's the only one who dominated Nunes.
That is the only.
I mean, beat the fuck out of her.
I agree. However, her closest opponent was Valentino Shevchenko. That's it. I don't want to go on this no more. I don't want to do it.
You need to stop smoking drugs, pal.
No,
I'll tell you that.
You need to
It's
stop
frying your
smoking
shit.
drugs. No.
You're waking and baking and it's frying your shit.
Stop popping
Saying that-
mollies.
Yeah, right. You're popping so much shit. Do you think it's that
No. My urd's clean.
Valentino deserves a shot against Nunes? Please.
No. All right. So look, we only have a few minutes left, and I wanted to touch base on this one fight last night. You probably missed it. Most people probably missed it. It was very under the radar of a lot of people. So in boxing last night, we had David Benavidez.
Right.
Right? He's 168 pounds, right?
Yep.
He is, in my opinion, the fighter that is the most dodged in boxing right now. He's 25-0, right? So he basically had a fight last night with a fighter who his name is Kyron Davis. Stepped in on 2 weeks' notice. His initial fight was supposed to be Jose Ustiki.
Right.
And he popped for drugs or whatever, so that fight was off. So in steps Kyron Davis, really took the fight to David Benavidez, right? Like I said, David Benavidez is 25-0.
Right.
In my opinion, we talked about this on the last show as well as last Sunday's show. Who's next for Canelo Alvarez? David Benavidez. I think it's David Benavidez. I think Canelo, in a way, and we're probably going to get in a little argument right now, I think Canelo is dodging this guy.
Oh, my God.
I think Canelo is dodging this guy.
Dude, you...
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
my
Canelo
head.
is dodging this guy.
No, I don't think Canelo dodges anyone.
I think he's dodging this guy.
Stop, dude.
I think in my opinion...
I'm going to say what Canelo says. Payday.
But listen,
That's
in
all it's
my
payday.
opinion, David Benavidez walks right through Canelo Alvarez.
Oh, my
And
God.
that is a bold-ass prediction.
You're not lying.
He's a bold-ass prediction.
Bet on it. If they fight, bet on it.
Yeah.
I'll match you. Whatever you bet,
I'll bet.
I'll match.
I'm willing to bet. Because
How much
I
you
think,
betting?
I think a lot of people are
No.
sleeping on
no,
David
hold on.
Benavidez.
How much you betting? Benavidez beats Canelo. How much you betting?
I will bet something very tiny, $20.
I bet you $100 Canelo wins.
You bet?
I bet $100.
David Benavidez is taller than him, right?
Don't give a shit. So is
David
Plant.
Benavidez will walk him down.
Stop.
Yes, I'm telling you.
Dave.
You need to watch this fight from last night. They literally, the corner, look, I get it. Kyron Davis came in, like I said, 2 weeks' notice. But they literally had to throw in the towel. This dude was going to fucking die in the ring. If they didn't.
Dave.
This dude was going to go out on his shield.
I will expect a text later today. Say, yeah, I think
I
I was
don't
wrong.
think. Look, I don't think that's the next fight, though. I really think Jamal Charlo, like we were saying, Jamal Charlo will come up 268 pounds. Right now, he's 160. I think he's really trying to go up. I think he will potentially either fight David Benavidez next or Canelo Alvarez next. I think that's the fight to make. Jamal Charlo's 32-0.
Right. I think what we said last time on the show. I think it's gonna be Charlo or it's gonna be Benavidez.
Benavidez is number
I hope it's
one.
Benavidez so I can win some easy money from you.
Yeah, you're going down, bro. You're going down.
I don't
You're
think so,
going down.
Jesus, that's a take. I'm gonna clip that.
Clip it.
I'm
Clip
gonna
it.
clip that. You damn
For
right
all
I'm
you
clipping
people
that.
out there, go back and watch David Benavidez's fight. All his fights. Look, he doesn't have any named, like top name opponents like Canelo does. But I think a lot of people are dodging this, bro. I think Jamal Charlo, in my opinion, is dodging him, and I think Canelo doesn't want this fight, bro. So
Dude, I can't wait to clip
I'm
this.
telling
later.
you,
This is bananas. You thinking that Benavidez can beat Canelo and Canelo's dodging Benavidez?
I think Canelo.
Stop it.
I think Canelo loses to
Sandwich.
David Benavidez.
Dude, my mind is just...
I do.
confused.
No.
That's confusing.
Accept,
I can't believe I heard
accept my prediction.
I accept your bet. That's for sure.
Look, I understand Canelo.
Whoa.
I understand Canelo is obviously one of the best
Or not the best.
super middleweights in the world, as well as he's done multiple different weight classes. He's been champion in 4 different weight classes. I know Canelo. I've watched Canelo.
Right.
I think he's going to meet his match against David Benavidez. And we'll talk about this when this fight comes to fruition. Look, it's a bold ass prediction.
You're damn
but
right.
I think he walks him down. I think he's way different than
I want to hear what in decision, or you think he's gonna knock him out?
I know. I think it'll have to be points. I don't think.
Points.
Look, David Benavidez is not a powerful puncher. He's not a powerful puncher.
Right.
He's willing
Canelo
to.
is.
Canelo is.
Power.
He has power. Yes, but I
Did
think.
you just see what happened to Plant?
Oh yeah,
He was taller,
he was taller.
and he was working his jab. Still got worked.
I just think I see something about David Benavidez.
Thinks that he just has that magic power just to beat
I think he does.
Canelo. All
I
right.
think he does.
I
I
just
love
don't see-
Canelo, and I never want to see him lose. I think he will
I'm just
meet his
confused.
match when that fight comes.
I'm just confused at this
So,
point.
all right. Well, another prediction real quick before we end the show. Jamal Charlo. He fights Canelo. Who's winning?
Canelo.
You think Canelo beats
I don't think anyone
Jamal?
right now is beating Canelo that's in the boxing.
No?
No. I think Canelo's just far more better. Much
See-
better. Sorry.
See, now I just may be on the hype train right now because I watched David Benavidez last night.
Chrissy says, Dave, please stop betting because you just keep on losing.
Yeah, right. who the fuck won against Usman and Colby Covington?
Yeah, you did.
Who won on all those fights on UFC
Yeah,
268?
I bet you.
All my
$5.
fights I predict I win.
This one you're not winning.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm coming in this hot. I'm coming off this.
Yeah, you come
real
in hot pretty quick. Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's why I bet $20, babe. You know what I'm saying? Go rich or go home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I said 100. That's how confident I am on that one.
Look, I love Canelo, but let's be real.
Kobe, I kind of figured that he could lose. That's why I said $5. I'm like, all right, Kobe, yeah, I think he might pull an upset. He could win. But 100 is when I'm confident. I know Canelo's going to whoop that ass.
No. I agree with the Kamaru and Kobe. The Rose fight, baby. The Rose fight really won me that card on UFC 268. But so we're getting to the end of the show. I'd like to give a shout out to all my Devereaux Sports family. We got the Gobbler Inc., who was just in studios with as well with Chris. And we've got, after this show, Breakfast and Body Slams. Search them up. Go find them. They're going to be live I think they're actually live right now, going along with this show. And then tomorrow we got the Sullivan Squad with Joe Sullivan. He is the host of that show. He'll be covering probably the reaction from all the Eagles post-game action, as well as potential Sixers. And on Tuesday, we got the Old School show. That's a great, phenomenal show. They bring you back old school, old history within sports and give you, like last week they did Eric Linjaw's. It was a phenomenal show. And then we're back in studio Wednesday at 6 p.m. Yep. For all your Devereaux Sports action, follow the Devereaux Sports page. Have a great day. Go Eagles.